Another day, another division predictions, and today is the AFC North. The AFC North is honestly a very interesting division. A lot of good teams, but also every team's got their own little kink to them. Besides the Ravens, I feel like the Ravens are the only ones that are like really well built. All right, first team on the board today is going to be the Cleveland Browns. They are a very interesting team. You know, great defense, some great pieces in the offense, but that quarterback room is honestly a mess right now. You have two quarterbacks you drafted this year, one absolutely dog shit quarterback in Kenny Pickett, and then Joe Flacco. There's just something about him I trust, you know. But Joe Flacco is the starter. He was officially named the starter yesterday. I think Shador will end up being the starter at some point during the season, but we'll see. I know there's some Dylan Gabriel fans out there. Let me know who y'all think will win that by the end of the year, because who knows. I have this team's floor as 6-11, and honestly, the only reason it's that low is because the quarterback. You really don't know how your quarterback's going to play for this team. If you like plugged in a superstar quarterback, I'd say their floor is like 8-9, 9-8, but because of what they're working with, who knows. But I do have their ceiling as 9-8. I think they have the chance to have a decent season, but I don't think they will make the playoffs. You know, if they did, good for them, but I don't see it personally happening. There is just way too much competition in this division, so we'll have to wait and see. And next, we'll talk about the Steelers. The Steelers are always a decent team. They're never great. They're never horrible. They're just always right in the middle. This is actually where I wanted Aaron Rodgers to go, but you know, he had to take 87 business days to decide where he was going to go. So, but now he gets to play with DK, so that's cool. I think it would have been cool if they would have kept George Pickens with DK. I think that would have been a really crazy, hot-headed duo, and that's probably why they got rid of him, to be honest, but probably one of the reasons they got rid of him anyway. Now the Cowboys got him, so Cowboys, you could be a whole video on your own. You are a weird franchise. But you know, Steelers, absolutely amazing defense. Say that the main things I'm worried about when it comes to the offense for them is the running back, and obviously Aaron Rodgers, since he's up there in age. I think he'll be okay this year, because I don't think he was as bad as people thought he was last year, but that's just me. The running backs is really where I'm like, But I have their floor. Absolutely everything goes wrong. There's some injuries on the team, you know, 7-10. I do not think they will go this low. I think they'll be around 9-8 most likely, which I have their ceiling as 10-7. I don't think they'll go higher than that. I think they'll, like I said, be right around that 9-8 mark. If they go 10-7, awesome. I wouldn't be surprised if they go 8-9. 7-10, where I'm like, ooh, that was a bad year for y'all, you know. Steelers are always right around 500, so I expect to see them there again this year. And next up, we got the Purple Devil. The Ravens, actually. They're not the Purple Devil. I actually really like the Ravens. Maybe this is the year, guys. This is the year, Ravens fans. This is the year. You're going all the way. Who knows? It'd be cool if you did, but fuck the Chiefs. Get them out of here. Ravens, if the Broncos can't do it, y'all do it, okay? Or even the Bengals, I don't care. Somebody do it. Somebody knock them out. And the Ravens are still a great team all around. I think the biggest downside for this team is only their edge rushers. And yes, that's a big thing, but they're just not like superstar edge rushers, you know, like they'll be able to get the job done. I don't think there'll be a crazy amount of sacks, but they'll be able to put pressure on the quarterback every now and then. That's all you need for it, because their secondary is good. Their secondary will take care of business. Not worried about that defense entirely. Not really worried about their defense. So I have their floor as 10-7. I think this is a great team all around, and their ceiling as 12-5. Only because they have some hard games in their schedule. I could see them even going 13-4, but I'm just going to put their ceiling as 12-5, see how it goes. But that is them. Now let's move on to another interesting team in the division, the Bengals. The team that only cares about offense, apparently, because they don't want to pay Trey Hendrickson. They want to trade him for a young defensive talent with a first-round pick, which I think is crazy. I mean, I get where they're coming from. They want to build on the future, get a young guy, but traded well for you guys. I know there's some people that think he's a one-year wonder, but we'll see if he's playing on a new team this year, or if he's just going to sit out, or if he'll end up playing for the Bengals. Who knows? Either way, that defense is still dog shit. He's literally the Bugatti parked in the trailer park. Their offense will obviously carry him. I have their floor as 8-9, but I have their ceiling as 11-6. I think Joey B is going to do his thing again. I personally think Joey B will probably win MVP this year. I think he deserved it last year, but they didn't make the playoffs, so. But I also think Josh Allen deserved it last year, but I also think Lamar, they all played so well, but just strictly passing numbers, obviously obviously Burrow was the best, but Josh did the most for his team, so that's fair. I love all three of them, so I can't complain on who won it as long as it's not Patrick Mahomes. But all right, now that we've talked about all four of the teams, let's go down the order. So in fourth place for the division, I have it as the Browns. Like I said, QB is questionable. 3 will go Steelers. Decent all-around team. Great defense. So I'm going to put them at 3. Bengals, the exact opposite. Amazing offense. Shit defense. But I still think if they went up against each other, I think the Bengals outscore them. It comes down to that. I think the Bengals outscore them. And number 1, obviously, the Kings of the North, the Baltimore Ravens, are going to win this division again. There's not really any doubt in my mind, unless the Bengals defense magically came to play. Then I'd be like, yeah, maybe, you know, but no. I think the Ravens will win this division. That is it for our AFC North predictions. And so tomorrow will be the AFC South. So if you're an AFC South fan, make sure to come back, and I'll see you then. Love y'all.